Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a mini haul and quick tutorial on my new favorite Charlotte Tilbury makeup. And I have never, I repeat never, in my life been this taken aback by a makeup line, ever. I'm just going to start out with this haul. So first of all, I got this Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. Now, what is really awesome about this foundation I've heard is you can use it as a tinted moisturizer or you can build it for good coverage. Usually if it says you can do that, it typically doesn't work for both things. This one works for both things actually. I'm not a big tinted moisturizer like light makeup fan myself. But if you are, I admire you and you can use this. Next, and I think this might be my favorite. So this is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher. So what I really love about the Charlotte Tilbury products too, on the back, it tells you really simply how to use these. So it says swish brush around the outer shades, tap off the excess, smile in the mirror, then rub the blush flat on the top of the cheekbones to add structure. Or pop. Dip tip of brush into the center color, tap off excess, pop onto apples of the cheeks to make them glowy and blend seamlessly together. Remember, Charlotte Tilbury is from the UK, so sometimes I might speak in a British accent. If you're from the UK and I'm doing it incorrectly, I apologize, I'm from the country. So let me show you just really quickly on the inside of this. So you've got the swish, then you've got the pop right there in the center. Okay. I really like the idea of doing a swipe of color on a lid. I'm sometimes not a simple girl, and I like to do like 9 different colors on the eyes, and this is the only thing that's really and truly like allowed me to do 2 little swipes on the eyes. I'm going to show you. That's all that I did on this eye. 2 little swipes. Okay, this is, these are called Eyes to Mesmerize. I got 3 colors of these. So the first color that I got, they come in these little pots. It's Marie Antoinette. It's this beautiful bronzy taupe shade, and that's what I have all over my lid right now. I also got the color Verashuka. I'm not certain how to pronounce that. And this is a really beautiful, almost like a coppery with a little bit of green hint to it. That's what I have like a little tiny bit in my crease. And last but not least, I got this really cool emerald green like pop that I will use at some point in time. I can't even imagine how this one's going to look on the eyes, but I think it's going to be real lovely and snake-like. Okay, then I got these 2, these are called Rocking Coal eye pencils. So there are 2 different colors. These are liquid eye pencils, and a lot of times when people say it's a liquid eye pencil, it usually doesn't like resemble or feel like a liquid going on. This I can say actually does, and I'm obsessed with these eye pencils. So I got the color, this is kind of a navy color, and it's called Marlene Midnight. And then I got the color that I'm wearing right now, and this is the more purpley shade, and this is called Elizabeth Violet. And last but not least, I got 3 of the lipsticks because I've been hearing that Charlotte Tilbury has got some bomb things in the lip department. So I got 2 from the Kissing Falling from the Lipstick Tree collection, and I got the 2 shades Velvet Underground and Night Crimson. I have on the shade Night Crimson, but let me just swatch these colors for you real quick. So this is Night Crimson, and when I first opened it, I was like, ah, vampire. But then look how beautiful it is. It's really beautiful. So see, it's just that really beautiful red, and it looks a lot lighter on the lips, and it's a really perfect shade, and it makes your teeth look like so white they look blue. Okay, and then next is the Velvet Underground, and this one is a beautiful fuchsia pink. So this would be perfect for summer. I've been wearing it in some of my Instagram pics lately, and I just think it's quite lovely. And then I have been hearing so many things about the matte lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury because Alex was telling me about them, and I've ordered the color Pillow Talk in a nude color, so I'll let you know how those go. But this is the Matte Revolution. This is the shade Birkin Brown. I have not worn a brown lipstick, so I'm really going to be excited to experiment with that brown because I think that'll be really beautiful with tan skin in the summertime. So that's that. That's all of the Charlotte Tilbury products that I got. All right, so to begin the tutorial part of this Charlotte Tilbury little look I got going on here, I've got my face moisturized and primed. I used the Tom Ford Illuminating Primer mixed with the Professional by Benefit. I'm really liking mixing those lately. So I'm gonna go in with the foundation. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation, and the reason that I'm shaking it is because you gotta shake this product. I'm gonna put this all over my face with a mixture of my hands and a brush, and I'm gonna speed this part up, but you know the drill. So look how beautiful this foundation is already. So this is really and truly a foundation that you can wear as a tinted moisturizer if you just use it in the places that you want to use it, or you can use 2 full coats like I did and wear it as a full base foundation. So I'm actually going to go in. Now Charlotte Tilbury does have a bomb concealer, they say, but I don't have that. So I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW20, and I'm going to go to town underneath my eyes. So I've now added my concealer, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a little bit of nose contour. I've been getting real into the nose contour lately, you can go in with just any type of dark concealer or like dark foundation, anything, and I'm just going to add that really quickly. I'm actually also going to just add a tiny bit more to make my contour pop. Okay, and I'm just gonna blend this in, and like that was a really, really quick job. So if you guys wanna spend more time on that, but this is a quick makeup look. So this is the blending brush from the Gods. Remember when Honey Boo Boo was talking about cranberry sauce in a can on one episode, and she was like holding it in her head and she was like, this is the food of the gods. Like, that's what I feel like right now, but this is the brush of the gods. This is a Sigma 3D Kabuki brush, and me and Honey Boo Boo both get descriptions right every time. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna be thinking about Honey Boo Boo and Mama June through this whole thing. Okay, now, if I had to choose favorites of my Charlotte Tilbury products, I might choose this. So this is the Cheek to Chic, and it's a swish and pop blusher. And one thing that I really love about the Charlotte Tilbury products is that it shows on the back of her products what to do with them. It says, swish the outer shade up the cheekbone and pop the middle shade on the apple of the cheeks. I can just like hear her saying that too. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush that I'm gonna use for the bronzer. So you see the outside, that's the part that I'm gonna use for the bronzer. So you're gonna go around that blush part. And it's like a bronzer and a blush in one. Lovely. Just lovely. It's a perfect shade of bronzer. In my humble Charlotte Tilbury love and opinion. I just take my blending brush every once in a while and I blend things as I so choose to. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to use like a large blush brush. I'm using this MAC 150 brush, and I'm just going to go like this. It's kind of a mix between the brush and the blush and the bronzer, but make sure that you get the majority of that blush. Loud. And you just pop it right on that cheek. Fave. It is my fave. It is my fave ever. It is my fave of the summer. It is my fave of 2016. I forgot. So many things have been happening, I forgot the year. And this is a very pigmented product. So I like a lot of blush right now, and I just like dying over this color, so I don't care to wear a lot of blush for this, but if you're somebody that goes lightly on the blush, then just go real lightly on this. So, okay, now I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and I'm barely going to dust that just to kind of blend everything. I'm not going to add a lot of powder. I mainly just use like a little bit of what was left on this brush. Luminosity. Luminosity and coverage. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my brows really quick. I'm just using the NYX. That's the way you pronounce it, I've heard. Sometimes I get words wrong because I'm from the country. So this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is the color Taupe. I'm just going to fill in my brows really quickly, and I'll BRB. Okay, so I finished my brows, and then I also went ahead and I primed my eyelids with just a MAC Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. Now things are about to get real in Charlotte Tilbury land. So this Eyes to Mesmerize, not only is it the most beautiful, long-wearing, luxurious thing I've ever put on my eyes, but it's so easy to use. Okay, so you have these little tiny pots, and I'm gonna use this color, Marie Antoinette. And I'm just gonna go in with my ring finger. And I'm gonna put this from my lash line all over my lid, barely up into that larger crease. You see where I'm putting it? I'm gonna put, oh, lovely. I'm just gonna keep putting that on there, rubbing it in. It's kind of this beautiful, like bronzy taupey color. I feel so much closer to you already. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue. You see that one layer that I've already got rolling over here? Well, I'm just gonna glob me on another. And I do keep my eyes shut because this is a cream. Typically, like, creams will dry really fast, but then they crease up when you wear them. This one, you let it dry, I would say just for a few seconds. And if you're one of those beautiful, natural looking girls that just like looks like you're on a beach vacation at all times, that's like, oh, I just wear a swipe of color on my eyes, I envy you. I've always wanted to be you. But this will be a great thing for you to have because it just swipes right on there. All right, that one is completed. Now I'm gonna go in with the same Eyes to Mesmerize, and I'm just gonna barely tap this into my crease. I'm gonna use my finger again. For all you lovely ladies out there like, I don't even own brushes. I also envy you. But you're gonna be able to do this makeup look. You just wanna tap it into that crease like so. And you're probably gonna like black out after I say this, but that's it. I'm done with the shadows. Oh no, too good to be true. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil, and this is Elizabeth Violet, and this is kind of a purplish shade. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna line my eyes with this, and if there were ever an eye pencil that truly was, I feel like a liquid eye pencil in an easy to use stick, it is this. Okay, and I didn't do a wing with that because it's kind of a smudged out look. So I'm gonna go in with, this has nothing on it. After I did that on the bottom, and I just kind of like smudge that lower lash line out a little bit. And I am gonna line my waterline real quick with the white just to open it up a little bit more, but you could use this. This is actually an eye pencil that I really like on the waterline. If you are a waterline wearer, I'm not a waterline wearer. All right, I will now go in with this Too Faced mascara. And now, I'm just gonna go in and finish it out with this Charlotte Tilbury Night Crimson lipstick, aka a miracle, because it is the most beautiful lipstick in all the world. I think it might be. So I'm just gonna cover my lips with this. I'm not even gonna use a liner. It's just that good. And that's it. Isn't it the most beautiful makeup like you ever did see? Like, it's not me, it's Charlotte. It's the makeup. It is such good product. So I'm gonna link all these products below that I use, and I'm gonna put the colors beside them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this haul and tutorial. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and come back again soon.